Good evening. Welcome back to Northern Maine Productions. I got a little something extra here that I'm going to share with you guys. This is a 1940 Revere. It's a Model 85. It's an 8mm projector. I just bought this the other day, and it's taken me a couple of days of oiling and working out a few bugs in this thing. It has been setting for decades, not used. The mechanism that turns this was completely stock solid. The motor did start up and run when I initially plugged it in. It was a little noisy, so I went and got some light 3-in-1 machine oil. And there's several oil ports all over the top of this thing that you have to oil, put a few drops of oil in, and I've kept working at it here, and I've got it working quite well now. I have some old films here that came with this old projector. These are old Castle Films Entertainment. These were filmed in the 1930s. This one's called Arctic Thrills. Here's another one that is called Sport Spellbinders. I saw a price on these. I think these were around 40 cents a piece or something like that. And I have another one here that's called The Three Little Bruins. These are all black and white films, obviously. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull this Arctic Thrills reel out. And I'm going to load this thing onto the projector. And we're going to try to capture it on this digital camera I'm using right here. Get on there, right? Wait a minute. This is the correct way for that to go. Now I have to open the gate up, pull some slack out of this. On this machine here, I like to thread the tape into there and then close that gate onto that sprocket so that the film doesn't flop all out of here everywhere. And then you have to have obviously you have to have a loop up here above the gate and below it. We'll close the gate and see if this thing's engaged, and we got it right the first time. Now I have to run this, put a loop down below the gate and run this up over the sprocket and flip that little lever down, and then the next trick is to get this film threaded into this reel. This can be a little bit of a challenge, trust me. Now I'm going to run a little bit around there on that, just to running it ahead manually. When you're dealing with an old projector like this and these really old films, it's a good idea not to force anything. You start forcing things on these, bad things happen. You break the film. Pull that out. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera here, and I'm going to put it onto this screen that I'm projecting onto, which is nothing more than a piece of white paper, so bear with me here while we move this. this perfect. Now, what's going to happen here is this thing makes quite a lot of noise. It's got a loud blower on it, so you're obviously not going to hear me talking. Quite obviously. I'm going to turn this just a whisker. Now, I'm not sure how well that this is going to record. This film's probably 8 or 9 minutes long. But okay, here we go. I'm going to start the blower. I'm going to get the light. The projector's going. I'm going to focus a little. Zooming in just a little bit. Alright, so as you can see, that movie was a little bit heartbreaking to watch. I didn't really like seeing those polar bears get captured, but I'm assuming that probably they lived a okay life in the zoo. As good as can be expected anyways. So what we're doing now is I'm going to set this thing up to rewind. Obviously you just watched me pick that end of that film up, and I spooled it around the original reel that it just come off from. And I have to flip this lever over here up to reverse, and then I have to turn the blower and the motor back on, so bear with me here. And we flip the clutch over and it rewinds. This is one area here where I've had some problems with this machine. This lower reel seems to tend to bind up sometimes and it don't rewind that well. It seems like that it's doing quite well here right now. Yes, it's going to rewind very well this time. And we flip the clutch to stop and shut the motor off, and there you have it. Now the film is ready to be stored back in its original container, just like that. Well, there you have it. That's a demonstration of this Revere Model 85 8mm projector. Thanks for watching.